Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills. This is Logan Burgess. Today is Tuesday the 8th, and let's take a look at where the market closed here. Corn for December trading down 7.5 cents. Soybeans down 7 3/4. Wheat in Chicago down 1 1/4, and Kansas City wheat trading up 4 cents. You know, Logan, we haven't seemed to get a whole lot of news here from the U.S. government. Yep. Obviously, still in the shutdown. We're going to be waiting for news and waiting for them to reopen. But right now, you know, what is the market focusing on?
Yeah, you know, it seems like wheat in particular has showed some relative strength here over the last couple of trade sessions. Kind of continuing strength, though, that we've seen for the last several weeks out of the wheat complex. Kind of got kicked off there by the numbers that the USDA released for the September WASDE report. And recently here we've seen some very strong wheat exports. Obviously, in the last week, we haven't got any new exports to report on, as you mentioned, with the shutdown going on. But we can continue to expect wheat to show some relative strength over corn and soybeans. Corn and soybeans seem a little bit different right now, kind of a wandering trade, if you will, not showing a lot of firm direction. You know, Cody, in your opinion, what should traders be focusing on right now for corn and beans?
Well, I think, you know, with the lack of a lot of fundamental news, I know that there are private analysts out there that have come out with their expectations for a WASDE report, but unfortunately we're not going to be getting an October WASDE report here on Friday. That will be delayed. But I think really technically, you got to look at the technical landscape in an environment like this where there's a lack of fundamental news from the government and a lack of direction. So today, you know, here we have an instant back on the 28th when we traded down to about 13.05. That was support. Now it's turning into resistance here. Today we were able to trade up to right around that 13.05, but we were unable to hold that level. I think what you're going to want to look at is the technical resistance levels. You know, the same thing for corn. If you take a look there, you know, here's an instance where we broke through these lows back here. We were able to come back up, we went through them for a little bit, but really unable to hold that ground. Ended up trading down close to about 441 here today. Yeah. The bottom line here is you got to look at the technical landscape. I wouldn't be surprised if the trend going into this WASDE report is kind of continued, that we continue to drift lower here. But like I said, you know, we're not going to be getting that WASDE report on Friday.
Yeah, you know, it certainly seems like the numbers we got out in the September WASDE report still are kind of dictating the trade here even now. You know, a couple of things that have been moving the trade a little bit for soybeans in the last couple of days. We know right now Mato Grosso is behind pace in terms of their planting. It's been relatively dry there. There was some rain, though, forecasted for Mato Grosso here today and into tomorrow. So that might have been weighing on things a little bit. One big thing coming up for the soybean market in particular, though, will be the NOPA crush numbers. We'll be getting those out next Tuesday. Those are privately collected, so not any affiliation there with the USDA. And that report should be a little bit of a highlight, I guess, of next week, more so than it typically is, just because we don't have these other major reports that would have been coming out around that time period. So that's something to keep an eye on, and we'll let you know about expectations coming into that report here on GrainTV.
So the bottom line here is just keep an eye on that technical landscape, keep an eye on the support and resistance levels, because I think they're going to play an important role here. Yep. As we have just a lack of economic news from the USDA in the coming weeks. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give us a call at 877-472-4607. Remember, there is substantial risk of loss in trading futures and options, and futures trading is not appropriate for all investors. Thanks a lot for tuning in.